If you've been watching for years, that means you got plenty of points to bet. You should bet them all at once. That's what I would do. Shout out to Sean the Don, a veteran in the UNC crew, 19 months. Welcome back. Sean Marks, don't want to say too much because Boston might actually try to get copy. I see. All right, where should we start? Let's go ahead and... Am I forgetting anything? Yeah, Team Tommy stream, music queue. Of course, NFTs are there. Yeah, I think we're good. We just go ahead and start. Who are the award winners? David Robinson won MVP at the last minute. Oh, and they're playing the Lakers too in the first round. So let's see where these playoffs start. By the way, Charles Barkley is he's bald now. Is this where Pitbull sampled that song from? Y'all hear it? Dun, 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 dun. I could have sworn, yeah, Pitbull sampled this. Okay, it's cool. I actually want to see Cavaliers Knicks because Scottie Pippen is growing up right before our eyes, and the Knicks are second most iconic 2K memories, 2K moments sim-wise. Oh gosh, Tim Duncan's 5x5 game. God, man, there are so many, but that definitely starts it. This me fumbling the Celtics dynasty and not starting when I should have. Technically, because under contract with the Celtics. No, because the Celtics allowed him to talk and search for other jobs. So no, it's not. Gosh, yeah, Dwight Howard's 3-pointer to win the series, I think. James Harden half-court shot. Yeah, man, there's so many. Kobe on the Bulls hitting a game winner. I'm not sure if that's that iconic. But yeah, oh, that one actually ended up at the very last second, ended up close. Favorite season of all time in real life? Probably still 2010. I'm biased though. Okay, so the Cavaliers get game one, by the way. Scottie Pippen, who has his hair. Here we go. This Knicks team is probably not going to come out of the East, but they qualify as a really, really good team, and they just lost to Scottie Pippen and who else? I don't know. This song was going hard, though. Oh, yeah, Joel Embiid, King Court. Yeah, that was a thing. Man, there's so many sim moments. That's my one regret with the sim so far is that I've not been able to make encompassing videos on these seasons, because the way it works, if you're not here in the streams watching the sims, you basically don't see it. I'll put it on VOD 2K, but comparatively nobody really watches VOD 2K, so it's like if you're not here, you just kind of don't get any of the experience. I kind of hate that, but I'm only one person, so it just really is what it is. Like, you got to sit here and do 4 hours per season, then to make an actual quality video would just be insane, and then it would slow this season down, and then the NBA season is on as well. It just sucks, but it's fine. I'm sure one day I'll figure it out. And the Nuggets taking out the Kings in game one. The Kings, remember, big three, but the Nuggets might have a better team, high key. Kiki Vandeweghe, they got some Wood, Mark Price, who's this? Lionel Simmons, James Worthy, Dan Marley. Like, they're a really good team. So, and they got Dom 2K, of course. Do you watch any of your friends' videos? Any of my friends, as in who exactly? Shout out to Chris Kudo. Welcome. 30 months. That man not even Unk. He surpassed Unk. That's grandpa. That's pop status. That's not even an Unk. That's pop status. Spurs and Jazz, absolutely. Shout out to Butter for gifting a regular in the chat. Still no game yet. This would be a problem, right? Because I have to be here for 2 hours today. It's a Tommy stream. So if we got through the playoffs in an hour and a half, I think I'd just sit here and stare at y'all for the last 30 minutes. I'm not sure yet. And we got a game. Let's jump. We are here. Sam Bowie Buckets are back. They are back. We have not seen him in a minute. Like friends from Toxic Team Up. See, that's the thing. I don't really watch videos within the community. I watch videos on Space and stuff like that. None of my friends really make Space videos. What's good, Peruvian? Rod Strickland. This might be our first Rod Strickland game, so that's cool. By the way, I didn't realize this, but the Spurs, to replace George Gervin at the shooting guard, got Nick Anderson. So Nick Anderson and Chris Mullin are their shooters. That's actually kind of really convenient. This is their rookie of the year. I don't know if he's actually real or not. I'm uneducated on NBA history, so this guy might be real, he might not, but he was rookie of the year, so. All right, y'all. The bet. Here comes the bet. You will be betting between the Spurs or the Jazz. Adrian Dantley is still a thing. Keep that in mind. And let's go ahead, man. Let's make this a good playoffs. We have, once again, plenty of options plenty of chances for an amazing NBA Finals, including the Jazz. You got Rod Strickland and Sam Bowie. These are two Mills Israel. Cool. I was about to say, because he got kind of a generic play. Shout out to Meflo. What chance we got at a chip? Talking about the Bulls? A great chance, actually. Really, the Bulls should have won more than one by now, as Dantley is going to leave one short on the rim. Yeah, the Bulls have a great chance, dog. They got Hakeem. They should have won multiple championships by now. But I don't. Yeah, the Bulls really should. Oh, by the way, the Celtics have Del Curry too. Some way, I guess that must have happened in the offseason, as Bowie is there with the defense as usual, rim protecting. Dantley just crossed into a step back unnecessarily when he could have went to the rim. We off to a riveting start. MJ didn't touch the ball in the regular season. I won't even lie to you, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like in the playoffs. Bowie again. He is back.
Around and got locked up.
Bowie blocks are back. Shout out Hedgehog. What's good? Oh yes, we're live. We're lit. Defensive game thus far. Rod Strickland was amazing for the Wizards in the 97 sim, and this might be his first bucket to give the Jazz the lead. Terrible branding. Which y'all think is better, the Jazz branding today or the Jazz branding in this sim? Because when you think about it, Jazz branding in real life, the black jersey is fire, but then they have those traffic jackets too. So as long as Hakeem doesn't run into Eden, he should be good. And where is Eden right now? I actually don't know. Yeah, we haven't seen Bowie in a minute. Okay, this is interesting. So they just subbed in Chris Childs for Rod Strickland, and I'm not here for it, bro. I'll be honest with you, I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it at all. That just make Chris Childs is like 70. He's like 70 overall. Right? He's 77 overall. No. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have a heavy hand today. I'm gonna have a heavy hand today, to be honest with you. If they make sims I don't like, I'm going into the rotations afterwards, and I'm gonna start. Because we ended up with a dud in the 1990s. I don't know, in the 1990 finals. I don't know if I could have stopped that one. But I'm about to have a heavy hand today. You're not going to sub out the guy who just gave you the lead for a generic. Chris Childs is not a generic, but he's a 70, fam. And now you're giving it to Dantley, who's 100 years old, but can still do that, though. Exactly. Yeah, you get it. Y'all get it. It sounds like y'all get it. It's fine. Meanwhile, San Antonio down by 3. And I'm not exactly sure what they've done on offense thus far. Patrick Ewing post-ups are a thing of the past. He's also being guarded by Sam Bowie, so take that into account. What's good, Shaq? Ah, there we go. There we go. Bowie covered that one nicely, though. It's going to Ewing in the post. He is going to shimmy into a post hook to make it a 1-point game. 91 regular season was about 2 days ago. I knew that one was going to be confusing, but I haven't played 2K in forever, so I wasn't about to play 2K in front of 11,000 people when I haven't played. I wasn't about to go online and run into a tryhard and be trash, because I really probably have no concept of how 2K23 plays, because I've not been playing. Bowie, the steal. Read that one like a book. Spurs subbing out Chris Mullin. Why? Oh, I'm about to be heavy-handed. You know what? I'm gonna let you get your shot off. I'm gonna let y'all get y'all. I'm about to be heavy-handed, bro. You know what? Chris Mullin doesn't even do anything, though. Chris Mullin don't. Oh, got him with the pump fake. Jump, stupid. All right, yeah. So after this for the Jazz and them, I'm about to give them 38 minutes and call it a day. Like, fam, who are you? Who? What? When? Where? Fam, play Chris Mullin at shooting guard, if anything. Oh man, like, said Los Santos Radio was on. Is this on Los Santos Radio? So for the Jazz and Spurs, I'm pouring with the heavy hand tonight. Like, who is this guy, bro? Who is this guy? Good, he passed. And they're going to Ewing. So you know what? Maybe it's a W. Maybe it's a W. San Antonio fails to take the lead, and here comes the foul. Game not over. This guy is oh, that's Larry Nance. They low-key got a squad. Rod Strickland, Larry Nance, Adrian Dantley. They got a squad. San Antonio down 3. Chris Mullin's about to check in, and I'm gonna make sure that's not a problem. I'm fixing everything in round 1, so we just don't have those problems. This Brooklyn Nets drama, I really enjoy good basketball. Yeah, man, it's been really good basketball. I love the 2023 season thus far. There's so much nice stuff to pay attention to. It's great, just like the Sim Ewing putting his body into him, probably got fouled. Boys got him in prison. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Go ahead and just sim this one up because nothing else is happening. We don't even need to. And that's why they haven't won anything. Shout out to DJ Stank, 3 months with the Prime. I'm addicted to betting, and this feeds my addiction. That's a terrible screenshot to have. It's like thanking someone for getting you on drugs. We'll take it though. Okay, so Rod Strickland. Okay, so give you about 3 of Chris Childs minutes. You'll never get subbed out now. That's 1, and Chris Mullin. Even though Chris Mullin ain't gonna take no shots, I feel like it's a better. He's at 40 minutes and they still subbed him. They're not going anywhere anyways, fam. It's fine. It's honestly fine. They're not winning anything anyways. Yeah, I watched Black Adam. I thought it was straight. What's the next song? Oh, let me pay the bet too. If you voted for the Jazz, you voted correctly. Let's see. What's the next song here? We got a LL Cool J recommendation. I can rock with it. That's a cool recommendation, if you will. All right, Portland. I'm gonna sim straight through that one. Hornets Hawks. Hornets Hawks might be cool if it becomes competitive. The Hornets actually got a squad. I had to figure out their rotation. Lakers Rockets. You already know that's one. You already know this is a game. Magic Johnson is due to give the Rockets at least 1 scary loss. And it's still only 3 games in the first round, so I wouldn't put it past the Rockets to go out. Never mind. Okay, cool. Well, if there was any year for the Lakers to go fully down the drain, this would be it, as Jordan gives you 32, 10, 7, and 4. 38 and 21 for D-Rob for the MVP. If you weren't here last time, they signed Maurice Cheeks and traded for Joe Barry Carroll, so the Rockets are actually kind of rolling. Boston 1-1. The Hawks got that game. If you can't see up there, Chicago did win. Portland has not played yet, but that doesn't matter. Okay, let's do it all again. Let's do it all again. Warriors, Blazers. We're not gonna watch that. Warden, maybe Eli. Cavs, Knicks. Yeah, I really want to see the Knicks on screen, man. The Knicks have a good team, and once they run into the Bulls or something, we're not gonna get a chance. The Knicks are going to the conference finals. I don't care, man. Look at this. Look at their side of the bracket. Their side of the bracket, they have the Cavs, Hawks, and Charlotte. They're going to the conference finals, bro. This is pretty much, what's good, Beastly? This is pretty much a free ride. Unless Scottie Pippen and his, okay, never mind, y'all. Knicks are packed. Although they haven't gone away. Yeah, they're packed, y'all. All right, never mind. Never mind. Whatever, bro. They got it. It looks like there's going to be Boston or Chicago again. The East is just poverty. Bullets, Celtics. I would love to see Nuggets, Kings. This would be a good one. Bro, the Knicks they got such a squad. I can't tell you about Scottie Pippen's teammates. Whatever, fam. It's fine. Detroit didn't make it. Detroit didn't make the playoffs. They made it to the conference finals and went right back to being a terrible team. But you might end up with Isaiah Thomas and Shaq at this rate. Oh, you might end up with Isaiah Thomas and Shaq at this rate. The way things are going. Spurs, Jazz. I'm not doing that one again right now. Hornets, Hawks, Nets, Bulls. Let's get Lakers and Rockets. That feels like it's going to be a blowout. So that'll probably take us to Knicks, Cavs. Are the Knicks going to get swept? They build a massive lead. Cavs don't. Oh, okay, there we go. They got a dub. There goes 1. This is the more appropriate outcome because look at the rosters. Look at the rosters, fam. Scottie Pippen. Which Robinson is this? Cliff Robinson, Tarpley, Herb Williams. Like, fam. Rusty Buckets. Sorry. What is Rusty Buckets doing? Shout out Team Tommy. And Sinbad. Like, what does this have on Alex English, Clark Kellogg, Sean Kemp, Michael Cage? His name Hank Gathers, Ron Harper, Rick Smith. Like, what is this? That's insane. That's insane. No. John Stockton don't even have help anymore. I'm good. I'm good on that one. Oh, loud. Oh, loud. Oh, loud. The Fail Blazers are back. The Fail Blazers are back, baby. Let's get it.
This is a certified hood classic.
Can't help them, bro. They can't be saved. They cannot be saved. They can't be saved, bro. And the Warriors are in 8th, as they're supposed to be. Well, it looks like we got a game out of here, though. Looks like we got a game out of this, so let's go ahead and get to it. Denver, I see them with the branding. Said the Blazers are frauds in your sim too. They said they said in every universe, draft right or not. So again, really good Nugget squad. Bernard King and Lynn Bias, I'll leave that to you, depending on what you think about their depending on what you think about that mix of talent. Hey. Okay. It wasn't a song rec, but it's fine. I had to add it to my nostalgia playlist. All right, y'all. This shit got me twerking. Oh man, that one is
This is a certified hood classic.
That one is definitely. Oh my! What did we just walk into? What did we just walk into? That was a murder. Somebody put that on the recommendation and I'll play it next. If somebody redeems that song as a recommendation, I will play it next. Who was that? Barber? And he's the one that got cut. Yeesh. There's a lot of fog in this arena too. This is the PC modded fog. Sacramento down 3. We're about to lose Sacramento and Portland in the first round, although the losing to the Nuggets actually makes sense, so I'm not tripping on that one. King is going to put up a 3. In and out. Would have tied it. Absolutely would have tied it. Kiki. Vandeweghe loses it. They got a 4-on-5. 3 in the corner. In and out. This gimmick 3-pointer, if he would have attacked after he caught it in the corner, instead of shooting the 3, if he would have attacked the basket, they'd be up 2 possessions. Or sorry, they'd be up 2 possessions. Oh wait, Boston fog. Facts. King left it short on the front of the rim. No super team shot prosper. The Rockets are literally going to be all that's left. Price for 3. That's a 2. Actually, still though, we rated. I don't know if that happens, King. I don't know if 2K showed us a 3-point line. If somebody knows, number 0 for the Kings is straight from the future. That looked like a 3 to me, but I'm not tripping. 2 minutes remain. Corner pocket 2. Efficient shot. Take a step back, he would have missed. King attacking. Actually passes it. Thompson in the post, left-handed hook. Gets it to go. Do you see the magic of getting buckets at the bucket? It's a 3-point game. Sacramento is in this. I've never noticed a player having a Gatorade towel on them in the timeout. I've never noticed that. It's probably because I'm always trying to skip them. 97 or 100 all. This Kings team can definitely get a stop. We've seen that before. But will they ruin it by going for 3? The Nuggets taking the lids off.
Oh my gosh.
Is this the second team to really adopt the 3-point shot? This is another place where 2K absolutely killed it with my NBA eras, because I didn't have to do anything to make teams start taking 3s. Every year they're just like, they weren't taking any at all. Then you would see 1 or 2. Then you would see another team do it. It literally is spreading slowly across the league without me having to edit it. So I gotta give them their props on that one. And with a minute and 30 left, that's normally a dagger. What's good, Flex? Back for the second time today. That is a flex. Xavier McDaniels looking. The Kings offense is stagnant. Lynn Bias trying to attack baseline. He's going to have to go for a fade with that awkward turnaround. I think I'm going to go ahead and cue the lo-fi. This one looks cooked to me. The Nuggets are one team and one none. And methinks that will probably go ahead and be it. Yeah, they absolutely killed this. I can't even hate, you know. Bias is actually better than he used to be. He actually attempts shots, but yeah, no, this is cooked. Well, the Kings are about to go out in the first round with the Blazers, so don't know what to tell you. MJ is about to have a field day with this conference, right? Jazz, Spurs, that wasn't really interesting. Hawks, Hornets, Bulls, Nets, Rockets, Lakers. Yeah, go ahead and get out of here, Magic. Lakers out. MJ is the first to advance to the second round. So let's see how that happened. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, Magic Johnson. Tragic performance. 12 points on 5 of 13 in a closeout game. Man had a Ben Simmons stat line. This is game 1. What about Michael? What about the actual MJ? 36, 14, and 7. Uh-oh. It might be happening. Michael, in the first round, averaged 35. 35 and 10. I don't know. MJ was leader in that one. I don't know. What else do we have? The Nets got a game. I don't know, man. He became a hell of a rebounder in that one. The Blazers fighting for their lives. The Blazers have lost to the Warriors in 2 consecutive years. This would make it 3. And I think that is not going to happen this time, as they will be able to get another chance. Honestly, the Warriors might just have their number, bro. Karl Malone kind of owns Charles Barkley. Every single year the Warriors beat them. I got to add this to the playlist. This is dope. A lot of Migos recommendations today. Blazers do survive for now. Where else do we got? Is Boston about to go outside? Oh, Knicks and Cavs are the Knicks. Man, we about to lose a lot. We're potentially about to lose a lot of teams here in this first round. On both sides of the conference, we're about to lose a lot of hitters. Honestly, this is not incredible content. Yep, the Knicks looked like they could have made a run at it. Scottie Pippen going to the second round. So in the conference finals, you're either going to have Scottie Pippen, what's left of Dominic Wilkins Hawks, or the expansion team Hornets. One of those teams is going to the conference finals. And Boston might not even be there to do anything about it. And they have Del Curry next to Larry Bird. And they're about to lose to John Stockton. And who? Who plays for this team, bro? Oh, gosh. This is bad, bro. This is bad. Boston might be officially washed. Who's on the John Stockton and who? Oh, Lord. It's up to MJ and Hakeem, bro. It is up to MJ and Hakeem. It is up to MJ and Hakeem, man. Kings and Nuggets. I mean, the Nuggets are also a good team. So I'm honestly fine if the Nuggets make it. I'm not even trying to watch the Kings, to be honest. I'm not trying to watch them either. Let's just go ahead and get here. Jazz, Spurs, Bulls, and Nets, Hawks, Hornets. Yeah, let's go ahead and get here. Sacramento eliminated once again. No Lynn Bias ring this year. Charlotte eliminated. New Jersey eliminated. Jeff Rulin's on the Clippers. That's the thing. The Warriors jump out to a lead. They do have this Blazers team's number. The Blazers fight back. The Blazers looking to force a game 5 here if they can just hang on. And we will have to see it on screen. This is going to be one that plays out. We need some overtimes. And we changing the weather. Yo, what's good, Sabaroni? Free bank. Yeah, we betting on this one. Yeah, we betting on this one, of course. Warriors. Alright, this never goes right on screen, but the bet is here. Oh, my bad. Also, somebody did pay for the LL Cool J song, so we'll be playing that next. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, cool. Clyde, he tried. Either Clyde, he tried, or Clyde will glide. Golden State. Oh, no, we picked up where we left off, Nova. We left off at the playoffs. We did the whole regular season, which was basically just watching 4 teams. it was quite literally just watching. There goes Ball Charles Barkley, by the way. W for Ball Charles. Hodges is now their point guard. Got rid of the. They don't even have the generic point guard anymore. This is the most. Every super team disappoints. The Grizzlies are the. How many super teams in sim history have actually panned out? Think about it, right? The Grizzlies super team worked out. The Celtics won one and then disband. It more often than not, it feels like when we get a super team in sims, they don't work. And yeah, the Grizzlies took a while to work too, right? They took a good amount of years. The Blazers, bad super team. Kings, bad super team. KD on the Hornets, bad super team. Then he went to the I forgot where KD went. The Hawks, I think. Bad super team. CP3 Mavs weren't even a super team though. Who was that? That was CP and Bosch. I don't know. Most of the time, it doesn't work out in sim. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's better than a team winning 7 straight titles too. Oh, Larry Drew. There we go. That's the type of shots I like from the Warriors. Yeah, KD ended up winning a championship completely alone, or was that Giannis? I can't remember now. I got to go back and start looking at some of those. Oh, you know what? They did have Brandon Roy. I forgot. As Kenny Walker picks that one off, goes all the way, gets a bailout. I got to respect Brandon Roy. I completely forgot he was a part of that team. You're right. I totally forgot that. You know the thing about the Warriors? Kenny Walker and where's Karl Malone? I pretend I do not see it. I pretend I do not see it. I think Karl Malone sprained an ankle. So this is Kenny Walker's team. This is Kenny Walker and Malone isn't even a bad duo. It's the rest of the team, and it's really more about them two with almost no support around them beating the teams that they beat. That's really the issue. But I mean, Kenny Walker's fire, so. And he actually does stuff on screen. Free back. Up some chains. Remember when Kobe and Monte Ellis always doing the play? That was great. That 2009 sim was great. I really got to go through and organize. I've done a lot more sims than I remember. Sometimes I think about it only in terms of like the 97 sim, and then everything else as Wilkins, backdoor cut assisted by a fellow dunker. Yeah, sometimes I forget I did a whole 09 one that was completely fire, and then it crashed. That 09 sim was at the height of its powers, and then it froze, and I had to remake it by hand, which was kind of cool, because when I had to remake it, a lot of the same stuff happened. A lot of the same teams ended up with championships. I had to sim about 3 years to remake it, and it actually ended up not being as hard as you would think. I think even the amount of wins, because I think the Kobe and Bron Lakers were on pace to win 70 games when it crashed, and they pretty much came back and did the same exact thing, so. Oh yeah, the 77 Clippers were fire, but also that 77, but yeah, they were fire. They had almost no choice but to win. Who else? I want to pull out the error argument on them, though. But, yeah, I don't know. Nobody knows where Karl Malone is today. It's an unfortunate situation for the Warriors in a closeout game. Not exactly sure where he's at. Oh, by the way, there's a sim doc now, y'all. I forgot to tell y'all. If you ping sim history, there is actually a sim doc, so that is a thing that exists. As Clyde Drexler is there with the defense, Portland has a chance to make it a 2-possession game. Ball nearly stolen. Wilkins forcing it. Forcing the issue. Didn't need to do it. And the Warriors still might knock them out here. They're only down by 1 point. Walker's about to walk his way to the rim or post up, one of the two. And it's stolen by Neek. Neek and Barkley in transition. And that is all you need every time. Butter donates the hundo for Get Low by Lil Jon. That man really wanted to hear that one. That is definitely doable. We will get to that next. We will get low next. Shays. Defense rolls around. And it's out. 102.99. The Blazers can force a game 5 after going down 0-2. Behind the back. Wilkins pump. No foul was called. No foul. 44 seconds remain. Blazers voters, if they lose this one, will be in some pain. The Warriors just have their number, man. It's kind of weird. It's like when the We Believe Warriors had the Mavericks number that year. Okay, we should be good, y'all. Let's go ahead and get low, shall we? Let's drink to this, because this is a good day. This is a good day's work. Nobody supports this team. Just let him make some free throws and we're good. I have no clue what happened to Karl Malone. I don't know why they aren't playing him. This is a banger. I was rocking this on my CD player back in 2003. Legal trouble, they say? Like O.J. Simpson type legal trouble, or has that happened yet? That didn't even happen yet. That didn't even happen yet. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get a free throw. And it's insane that they actually played this at my 5th grade dance. In 2005, I think 2006, they played this at the, and everyone said the censored part too. 5th grade dance, and I remember the dean of that school or whatever he was looking around like, oh my goodness, I can't believe they're saying that. But also it was like, well, why are you playing it here? why did y'all pick this particular song for 5th graders? It's alright though. Shout out to the Blazers. They have forced a game 5. We like that.
We're going to game 7, baby. Game 7. Game 7.
Also, the Spurs got one too, so. Oh, Rockets Denver that's good. This is a good matchup. This might have to carry. Yeah, this was a need for speed. This is a crazy need for like that's just nostalgia, man. Need for Speed being the great game that it was, and then having this as the intro. That's just, somebody was a visionary with that. And the Jazz are going to first round them. Good work from Utah, Adrian Dantley and Rod Strickland, and Sambo and Larry Nance. The Jazz are nice too. So that's cool. And what else do we have? This is the last one. All right, y'all. Why you keep telling us how ancient? That's not even a long time ago, bro. Y'all tripping. 05 is not that long ago. 05 is not that long ago. Y'all tripping. I remember specific conversations I had with people in 05. Y'all wild. All right, here we go, y'all. Blazers jump out to a lead. Blazers keep jumping out to a lead. Warriors trying to come back. They won't go away. Why won't you die? They're out of here. They're a pack. Yes, they're a... Bro, go away. They are a pack.
Oh my God.
This is a certified hood classic.
That was close, man. That was close. If y'all were wondering, no, I did not do anything to Karl. I actually don't know why Karl Malone didn't play. I didn't do a single thing. Kenny Walker had 43 in that closeout. Oh, gosh, thank you. So second round, saved by the bell. We got, the West is really good. Said I was 3 in 05. I was 10. It's not that long ago, man. I remember playing Game Boy in 05. I remember being a visionary for online gameplay, because you could do the little wireless pack on the back of a Game Boy. I told my friend to walk outside of his house because we both had it. He lived like 10 minutes away. But I thought if we both, shout out to Buddy for the cheers, that we played this while training with Ukraine. Oh, that's lit. No, I remember he lived like 10 minutes away, and I told him, I was like, yeah, put this on the back of your Game Boy and like Sit at your front door. Meflo said this and Riders of the Storm. Yeah. I remember that on PSP. It didn't work, but I was a visionary with it though. ATL is actually a good team, by the way. Remember, they got John Starks, Dumars. They still got Doherty. They're a decent team. Yeah, being born in 05 is crazy. All the NPCs. All right, Nuggets, Rockets. The only one here. If the Bulls lose to Washington, I'm gonna cut this off. If they lose to Washington, I'm cutting this off. All right, MJ. 2K from my NBA. If you're into this type of stuff, honestly, I would say yes. If you're into my league, this is the best it's been. This is the best addition added to a 2K in a long time. Born in '95 is old as it's not, bro. I'm still healthy. I'm still spry. I can still grab the rim. I can still play a half court game. Cavs Hawks. Yeah, I actually want to see Cavs Hawks. Get low. Yeah, bro. People know you just had to be there, man. 2000s was lit. You just had to be there. Low. No game. Nah, it looks like the Cavs are gonna have to sit this one out. I'm 95 too. Yeah, 90s kids stand up. If you didn't play Game Boy Color, yeah, I am getting that, David. Definitely. I'll be playing that on watch parties, which, by the way, there is a watch party tomorrow. Come through. What game are we doing a watch party for tomorrow? It's I forgot. I don't even know. I just know that there's one. Jazz Blazers. Yeah, definitely. It's a good one. If you started high school in the pandemic, you can't speak. Yeah, I'm just saying. I got the do all my years of high school, but whatever. You know, it's not a competition. Where is it? Cool. Headsprung. Bet. Somebody redeemed it. So, have you played Until Dawn? Yeah. Not lately, but I was there for Pokemon Fire Red. If you weren't there for Pokemon Fire Red, I don't want to hear it. If you didn't log 200 hours on Pokemon Emerald, I'll be honest, you probably shouldn't be able to vote. So I lost my junior year, but came back senior year. Had one more in you. All right, 4-point game. Honestly, nah, because the Blazers be BSing. They have like one good moment, and then okay, all right, we can jump now. About to say 2 possessions. I ain't gonna do it. COVID totally ruined high school. At least it didn't ruin college for you. Getting a PSP for the first time was mesmerizing, bro. People don't understand how revolutionary a PSP was, because this was before iPod Touch. This was before all of that. So to have people do not understand how crazy that was, and the fact that I broke mine two months after, not even 2 months. That joint didn't last a month after I got it. I still am kind of hurt by that, but all right, Jazz Blazers. I'm late. How were the Knicks? How do we tell them, chat? All right, the bet is here. Oh man, did you get a PS Vita? Yeah, I still got the PS Vita. It got dust on it, but I got it. I can go find it at the end of the stream. Yeah, man, the PSP was. I got one later. Yeah, even though I broke that one, I went back and got it in high school, and I've replaced the case to make it see-through. I did quite a bit, man. Vita was awesome. Even though I didn't play that many games for it. Utah is just doing a lot of nothing. Blanks. Shoots a blank, but Nance is there. Former Blazer. When did they add fog to all the arenas, yo? Alright, Black. Chat, when did they add fog to all the arenas? They were not all like this. I miss when every store had game demos. I miss when game demos were a regular thing. Now they just be like, here's the game. You don't even get to try it. Yo, y'all know for NBA 2K, we all used to, literally for 2Ks, we always would get a demo. You get to play a Play Now game. It wasn't called Play Now then, but they would let you play a Play Now game before it actually dropped. Now they just be like, all right, you're gonna get it. It's probably not gonna be finished when it drops. We're gonna have some updates. Good luck. Barkley, turnaround. Buckets. Video game magazines. I have a crazy collection of video game magazines. Because GameStop would email them every month or whatever. So that's not fog, it's crack. That's the crack. That's crazy. It's 90s. Stern 2K eradicated all that. We're good here. Now I guess release an unfinished demo. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, and they'll update it and finish it. Yeah, Game Informer. Yeah, I got like a thick stack of Game Informers that I never read. That wasn't the point though. I'm gonna just let the Jazz rock. I don't know. They don't want to run Rod Strickland yet. That's fine. Chris Childs got him. I'm gonna just let them rock. I'm not mad enough about that because Rod Strickland didn't look like he was about to be like his 97 version anyways. I don't know if they're still around. It's been a while, but shout out to Macmillan for the Prime for 3 months, working his way up in time so he could be part of the UNC crew. Yeah, see, like if you didn't use guidebooks to beat your game, if you didn't have to use guidebooks as Barkley is there to make it a 1-point game, the Rockets about to go to the finals, Phenom. If you weren't there, if you didn't have to use a guidebook for a Game Boy game, I just don't want to hear it, man. If you weren't around for that experience, yep, Game Sharks, I remember that. Ain't you have to use that to get Celebi and whatnot? Bowie is back! Is that the first hook shot I have ever seen from Bowie? Oh, he's expanded his game. He has expanded his game. Spyro, of course. I was beating the remaster during the pandemic as Portland fumbles the PNR. And the Jazz have a chance to probably put this one out of reach. And of course, that's what they go with. Drexler. Looked like you wanted to step back for a 3. It's... okay. This team is never going to the finals. Physical map? Yeah. My man, I wish I still had my Pokemon Emerald guidebook. I probably wrote stuff down in there. That was an ancient piece of history. As Childs. Suns Barkley. It's a 5-point game. Blazers are extremely disappointing. Favorite game ever? Gosh, man, I have so many favorite games. I don't even know how to answer that one. I got so many favorite games ever. Like a war veteran? He said you talk about his childhood like a war veteran. It really was though. Imagine in the 2000s if you didn't get someone's phone number on the spot or didn't know their name, like you could easily lose contact with them as a child. You know what I mean? If they switched schools or something like that. I didn't change any of the Blazers Tennessee. No, I didn't do none of that. No. My homeboy Finesse Gamefly. Was it Gamefly? My homeboy Finesse Gamefly back in like 09 or 08 or something. I think he had them send NBA Street because his was broken, so he had them send him NBA Street for PS3, and then he put his broken version in the case and then sent it back to them and was like, "Oh, y'all sent me a broken CD," and he just kept the one they sent him, and it was like, "Oh, all right, bet we're sorry." Oh, good stuff. Oh yeah, Utah just outplayed them. It was a long time ago. I didn't say which homie. Yeah, they're hopeless, bro. Honestly, I might not even watch it. I'm not even watching Blazers no more, fam. Oh man, love back from the U.S. Well, I'm not watching the Blazers anymore, dog. The Blazers are hopeless. They're hopeless. I would rather the Jazz win. I would rather the Jazz won. I'm not watching them anymore at all. Playing Crisis for the first time. I admittedly have never actually played Crisis. I remember experiencing Halo Online for the first time though. I went to my homie's house and he had it like plugged up to his router. I don't think I had online gaming yet, and we played Halo. That was like the biggest. That was really like the biggest deal ever to be able to play that. Burnout was so fire back in the day. Oh man, yeah. People, anytime y'all ask me my favorite movie or favorite game, I'm never gonna be able to answer it because I have played so much and watched so much in my life. I'll never be able to tell you what's my favorite out of it. Because even then, I have games that I've played recently, and relatively recently, that I love. As in Mario Odyssey. I know that's not my favorite game ever, but that's one of them. That's at the top of the list. I love that game. Alright, Nuggets and Rockets are both really good, so vote carefully. Eflo said, how many of y'all had to press the 2 key 3 times to type C while texting? Yeah, see, they don't remember the struggle. That's why... Dog said you talk about your childhood like it was a war veteran. Yeah, bro, we had to text like A Like, bro, that shit was crazy. You know, I got into an argument with somebody on one of those phones one time. Do you know how long it took me to type out my messages? Shout out to Bugatti for the 19 months. Welcome back to the Unk crew. Do you know how long it took? I remember we were at dinner, and I was in an argument, and it was one of those, like, a lot of messages. It was like 9. How many ever messages, bro? It took me like 10 minutes to get one message out. That joint was crazy. Michael passes out. Wise of him. David Robinson is shooting threes now, by the way. Halo 3, remember 2 Gears of War facts, all that. Yeah, that was a crazy time. I really came from the mud, bro. Came from the gutter. The first time a phone dropped and it had a keyboard and I got it, oh man. Blocked by Smith. They playing Smith, Barry Carroll. Oh my goodness, and he still hit it. 100% contested. They're running Michael Jordan, Charles Smith, Joe Barry Carroll, and David Robinson. This is that's a 90s team for real. So I was at a jockey lot pretty much. Shit, a garage sale by a bunch of people, and got NFL 2K5 for $5. That's a steal. Even today, that's a steal. That's what I was talking about, Dragon. That's literally that was my first phone ever. Was a sliding phone with a keyboard. That was a revolutionary moment in life. Right? If y'all never had to risk y'all computer's entire integrity on LimeWire. LimeWire. I didn't, allegedly. I never downloaded my entire iPod library off of LimeWire. But if you didn't, I'm not saying I did, but oh man, Robinson is starting to, he's getting a little bit wild, bro. Robinson had SMS beef. Robinson is letting these jump shots go to his head. Wood. 3-pointers are going to a lot. 3-pointers are ruining the game. David Robinson wants to take him now, and he wants to take jump shots. Jordan in the post over 3. It won't go. He did touch that one. SimDoc is now updated. They say Wood again. Buckets.
Bang! He's a bad.
Denver by 7. If Denver wins the championship, I think it will forever change the NBA. Shout out to Jamal Star for 32 months. Super onk. He's in pop territory. If the Nuggets win the championship, it will irreversibly damage the NBA. There was one thing for the Mavs to win, taking a couple of threes every now and then. The Rockets do lead in this series also. Keep that in mind. David Robinson in the post. Tried to fade back. Jump shooting. Just going to everybody's head. There goes Drew. Gets one up and under. Early 2000s when you still needed an MP3 player to listen to music. I'm saying, if your headphones never had wires, them things used to get. 04 was a good year because Spider-Man 2 came out that year, and I saw Spider-Man 2 in theaters. I remember the Spider-Man 2 commercial. I loved PlayStation Home. Apparently, some people like farmed data off the PS3 and brought it back, but you have to be in that Facebook group to be able to get on or something. Kiki Vandeweghe up and over. This team is really with it. This team is really, really with it. I could see the Nuggets going far. They tanked their way to this roster, made some good signings. James Worthy is not really doing much, but he's there, so you know, it is what it is. Robinson, hook, and sinker. I heard they're still showing Polar Express in classrooms, so I think everybody probably experienced that. What was the best year of the 2000s? High key. I don't know. I mean, it just depends on what your life was like. I don't know. 05 sticks out to me. Honestly. 05 sticks out to me, but I'm pretty sure. 08 is when the recession started, so I'm not sure that was great. I mean, if you're talking about media and stuff, maybe then, but 08, 07, that's also when people were losing their jobs and everything, so I'm not really sure. 05 sticks out for me for whatever reason. Maybe that's because when I graduated elementary. Vandeweghe up and over. The Rockets aren't dead yet. The Rockets are not dead. Robinson Cheeks is not gonna make a Cheeks pass. He's gonna go inside instead and get it blocked. And that's gonna be it. Yeah, dog. 08 was in 08, you know, at the end of middle school, you're supposed to have a grad bash type thing, but because of the depression, actually, it wasn't even a recession. That was depression. Oh, the Rockets are gonna force a jump ball. My middle school had to cancel our grad bash thing because they didn't have enough money. The school didn't have enough money to take us to the theme park. So I don't really know. And there we go. That's gonna be about it. Yeah, 05 and 06 were pretty goated. The later the 2000s got, the more responsibility you get, the more you start to. I don't know. The rest of those, once I got to like middle school, high school, it was starting to fall off. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, whoops. I didn't even know Blame It was on. Blame It was not supposed to be on. Anyways, this game is over, so. Don't let it sink in here for the weekend. Saints Row 2? Yeah. Or was it 3 that I played? I don't even know. Well, this series is tied. MJ's still not touching the ball despite the fixes, so. Unfortunate. Michael really has come into his own. This is the Sim Michael that we're used to. Never seeing him do anything. Blame it on Patron. 34. I never said I was 34. Did I say that? Blame it on the all we did was go to DC for my graduation. We lived like 15 minutes from. I see. Yeah, I don't know. I would have to start writing stuff down to give y'all details. It's been a while. Let's have some drink on me. And the Hawks. Lakers, Shaq, and Kobe get the 3-peat live. You know I was there, but I bet that's on the edge of my memory. Seeing the Lakers be successful, that's on the very edge. And we are here. Let's get some Hawks Cavs going. What you drinking? Oh, that is Saint. This is going to be a bet since it's tied. Scott Skiles looks like he's getting minutes. Oh, that would be fascinating. Alright, y'all don't know anything about these teams, so this is a blind bet. Said, I just found my journal from 2010, and I sounded so happy. Excited, because I got to grade my portfolio. Simpler times. I have a whole box of all my stuff from high school. Like, this is definitely a brand change, by the way. The fog, that's definitely a brand thing. I have whole binders and everything. I was looking through a binder and I saw on the edge of the paper I was drawing Superman things and Zelda triangles. I literally was just looking through that the other day. It was a binder from 2011, and on the side of one of the notes I drew like a million Zelda Triforce signs. I was just going, man, I was bored as hell that day. There's a fade and a bucket. I don't see Scottie Pippen. I'm about to throw hands, bro. They got Reggie Lewis, huh? I do not see Scottie Pippen on this floor, bro. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to give him 30 as well, bro. What are y'all doing? And y'all got Lewis. What are y'all doing? This is one thing that's actually starting to bug me in the Sim. The Rusty buckets at power forward. You know, that might be actually all y'all have. Y'all got a whole 83 power. What are y'all doing, bro? I'm gonna have to fix this whole thing, bro. I went through and I looked at this stuff for this reason. There's no Scottie Pippen on the floor in the clutch. That's getting worse. That is actually getting worse as the Sim goes on. Nah, I don't think it was 2 cliffs. I hope not. Or I'm gonna jump off of one. Nah, see, because that's a Robinson right there. That's not a. Please get fouled. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. Timeout. Call a timeout. Call a timeout. Call a timeout. They're not going to call a timeout and the game is tied. They're about to go to OT without Scottie Pippen. So I'm going to have to go through and I'm going to have to do that now. Yeah, that's getting a lot worse. Every year, the rotation patterns for these teams, no matter what I do with it. Well, Scottie Pippen's coming in. We might get OT of this one. Get 36 minutes in the game, play and play 20 minutes in the game. I'm saying, like, the thing that I found, Scottie quit on them too early. The thing that I found was if you give them around 38 minutes, they generally don't sub out. All right, so Scotty's in now. He's got his gear and everything. We're gonna go to OT because the last 30 seconds just practically didn't even happen, so that's pretty cool. And then it should actually be a decent game after that happens. There's a screen. There's a steal! Hawks voters, stand up! Stand up! That's what I hope. That's what I hope against this, really. I don't want to have to go through every advanced rotation and set timelines and for 30 teams before I start every sim. Just for them to change it throughout the season, too. Am I one of those that overhypes 2016? Not at all. Robinson, over 2! That is a whole bucket. Over 2 of them.
I call game.
I ain't never ever seen you act like this before.
That was a good contest. The thing about that one is it was a good contest. We already did that. We already did that one, so that's good. Shout out to Unoriginal. How many months he got? Is he an UNC crew? Is he almost an UNC crew? That's what the prime in 19 months he is in the UNC crew. Welcome back, and it didn't cost him a dime. This one is gonna go to the Cavs. I need to see that one again. Not sure which Robinson this is because I don't think this is Cliff. Cliff the Myth. Soft touch. And I believe that ties the series. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's just beautiful. No, I don't overrate 2016 at all. I'll tell you one that's starting to become overly nostalgic to me though. Honestly, 2019 is starting to become nostalgic to me just because that was right before, like, if you go to that era, or 29, not even era, if you go to those months right before COVID, so 2019 December, November, that type thing. I know I wasn't even necessarily happy at that point, at that moment, but that's becoming overly nostalgic just because that was right before like some really bad stuff. So that one in my head, even though I genuinely remember not being that upbeat and happy, that one's starting to play over. Whenever I see some old NBA game from 2019, I'm like, that's before we lost the season. But no, 2016, I don't overrate that one at all. There was some cool moments, but okay. Scott Skiles, I'm not gonna force him to play too long, but Scottie Pippen subbed out at 39 minutes. Let's see. Rusty Buckets, he doesn't need minutes, fam. I promise you, Rusty Buckets doesn't need minutes. He is not hooping. Let's get Reggie Lewis up here. Let's get Scotty. It feels like 38 is the magic number. Then spread these last ones. Get Scott Skiles some. Get you some. Cool. Nah, that's Cap. Rusty Buckets is Cap. Why did y'all name that man Rusty? Why did y'all even Jazz Blaze? I'm not watching Blazers anymore, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not watching the Blazers. Bullets, nope. Cool. Have the Bulls have lost a game, so you know the election was 2 years ago. You know what's so wild is like elections now versus elections when we were younger. I couldn't even vote yet. So I'm just thinking back to the 2012 election. It just wasn't nowhere near as heated. I woke up that morning and just Googled election results and was like, oh, Obama won. It like moved on with my day. And now shit gets so ratchet before election time. It's wild. And the Nuggets 2-1. Was this recommended? Yeah, it was. Okay, cool. So 2-0, the Rockets are down. We're about to end up with Nuggets Jazz. And the Nuggets are, here we go. Let's try the Cavs again. I promise you if they don't have the right people subbed in, I'm leaving. I'm leaving if they don't have the right people subbed in, bro. A finals that I wouldn't mind is Bulls and Nuggets. But that's the thing, right? I said I remember I was at a cool. I remember I was a kid in my school. It was a kid in my school for a minute. I mean, that shit was hilarious. I remember a kid in our PE class trying to convince us why John McCain was the better candidate than Obama. In 2007, I think. We were in a PE locker room, and I don't remember what he said. All I remember him say is he was some nerdy kid, and he was like, "But the taxes, what about the taxes?" That's all I remember him saying, because I think everybody in the locker room was like for Obama, and he just like snapped. He was like, "What about the taxes?" That's all I remember. That's like, I don't remember any of the rest of the argument. That shit was hilarious. Funny thing about that election, John McCain got wiped in that election. That wasn't even close. That was a sweep. If you look at the numbers, that joke was a complete. It was just. He put the nerd emoji. No, that's exactly what it was. Like, the voice that you have in your head, I promise you it's accurate. That man got swept in that election. That was crazy, but he took it well, though. At least he accepted it. All right. Well, what state were you in that you were the only one for Obama in the classroom? Because like that one just wasn't even close at all. Rockets fighting for their lives. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, McCain was like, all right, cool, I lost. He moved on. Some lady tried to say some racist stuff at his rally, and he even told her to chill out. That was such a different time. Said, was bro paying for the taxes? I'm saying, bro, we were like, what? That was 08, so we were about 13. We were like 12 or 13. And all right. This series is tied. We are with it.
This is a certified hood classic.
The Senators, the only Republicans actually respected each other and were good friends after. Yeah, no, they kept it civil. They kept it civil, man. I don't know if we're ever getting a civil election again. That might be over with.